They'll be calling you erratic when it really doesn't matter at this fucking point. Probably more like 50 or 60 million views and nobody did anything. So I just want to record how pathetic the American fucking populace is and how fucking socially engineered they are. Internet, television, they've completely hypnotized the populace, teach them how to think. So the two senators in Oregon. So I went off on Wyden yesterday. Let's get Merkley done. So this is sent to me, and this is how pathetic the origami fucking pathetic fuckers are. I've come to the conclusion the most pathetic fuckers in the world are in Oregon. They think they're, and they call themselves green. When I was up there in Eugene, fuck, filthiest place you ever fucking seen. You ain't seen hippie fucking crits. And there's lots of them up there, NGOs, they're activists. Just ask them. So, now stay with me. No one's been hit harder by Fukushima than Oregon. No one on the face of the fucking earth. Hammered. Not my words. Both senators. So Merkley sends out his newsletter. I believe there's 36 counties in Oregon. Is that right? There's 29 here in Utah. You know, I can rattle off all the counties in California too. But, you know, I've asked both senators in California. Think about the whole flaw of two senators, two states. So you got two senators representing 50 million people in California. You got two senators representing, what, 400,000 in North Dakota. Think about the disproportion, and this is how it runs. So he does a town hall, all 36. So he sent out his agenda. Forever chemicals in our water. Now, I want you to think about this. He's going to get rid and clean up forever chemicals in the water. What's more forever chemical than Fukushima? As I call Fuktonium, nothing. 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 Of course, Utah's just as pathetic. Let's see. How many people in Utah, oh, pathetic motherfuckers here. How many people from Utah have asked their senators or congressmen? I know of one. Mike Lee right there. Talk about performance art. How about his performance art right there? Kevin Blank. Romney, I asked him. Governor, all congressmen, not even my district, all four have been asked by me to my face. Not to, you name it, they've been asked. Not one single motherfucker in Oregon. So here's the gig. I'm going to start doing more of this. You know, Danny used to do a good job branding these fucking creeps and things, but really, I guess we can just blame these pathetic politicians. Sit back, take easy targets when look in the fucking mirror. So the future can look back and say, what the fuck? These guys did town halls and not one single person in 8 fucking years just politely went to the hearing with a YouTube camera or their phone. Everybody's got video, put up fucking, you know, all kinds of pathetic fucking shit. And not one person could say, hey, Wyden, Merkel, you went to Fukushima. You're just quoting their own words. You can't even quote their own words. I mean, it's beyond pathetic. I'll quote, Merkel was on the subcommittee in 2012, lessons learned from Fukushima. I'll put the document right there. He spoke, talked about Fukushima a lot. How about Wyden? Went to Fukushima several times. Reported much worse than I thought it was. The world needs to descend. We need help, blah, blah, blah. So who's the pathetic motherfuckers? Think about this in Oregon. In the domain, in the news, in the media, fuck, the salmon are completely wiped out and collapsed. Fucking wells. So who's the pathetic motherfuckers? Merkel and Merkel, excuse me. Merkel and Wyden? No, they've talked about Fukushima. How many people live up there? Now, I'll do next, I'll do the pathetic fuckers in Washington. They're even worse. They're even worse. What about California? 50 million? But there has been people ask them. Or has there? What about New York? Oh, I didn't make it all the way over there. What about Florida? I know one person in Oregon. Hippie with a gun. He's from Arkansas. And I posted it on my site. He sent it to me. He asked DeFazio The constant files, you can hear it, and it's actually a Japanese aide. She ran to him from him and says, well, it's way over there. What are you talking? So I'll list all this, and I'm going to keep doing this. I'll go state by state. I'll get them all done. I'm waiting for the wells. You know, I don't have any money. You know, number one, 60 years old, Feldorf valve. Well, it's a lot similar to the best basketball player in the country right here. Probably the greatest performances he's putting on in fucking, but you'll go to the Jazz games and spend 200 fucking days to see pathetic fuckers. Of course, I got a hunch Lillard might put about fucking 70 spot on those fuckers tonight. Oh yeah, he lives in Oregon. What the fuck? O for Oregon, for Ogden, Oakland. Double O. O for no salmon. Fukushima killed him. So he's going to do a town hall, and he's going to go to all 36 about getting the lifetime chemicals out of water. And not one of you pathetic fuckers can even just calmly, nicely, hey, hi, how you doing? I do it all the time. I have conversations with these people long ways. What's going on? You know, I mean, you don't got to be a prick about it. You just can't, and record them in history. So, you know, because that's all we can do at this point. Put it into the library so future research PhDs can look back and really understand how fucking pathetic the American populace is. And they're fucking, go down with their dogma. Trumpets versus Obamacans, yay. They'll get millions of views and rattle off. I like how there's vloggers and bloggers that sit there by the thousands of them and just regurgitate CNBC or Fox News, you know, blah, blah. All we hear is radio. Fuck, Orwell couldn't fucking dream this shit up. Pathetic fuckers. So get in your basement, you know, watch TV. Oh, by the way, the NSA and the CIA says you need to fucking vacuum and put on some fucking clothes. Oh. I'm not going to participate in my community. You want to fucking bet? We're all socialists now. Fukushima.